No more checks. Using WIC is easier than ever. WIC is a free nutrition program that helps working families stretch their food budget and make healthy choices. WIC helps families learn to shop for nutritious foods and provides recipes for healthy meals. There's even online nutrition education and an app to make shopping easier. WIC, good food, and a whole lot more. Call or visit us online to find out if you qualify.
Looking for a new healthy meal to cook? Well, look no further. Salad to start and risotto to follow. Sit back and enjoy.
Very good.
As the Good Food team show us how it's done. The Good Food Project is next.
Nice big steak and fries to go. Listen to what I said. I need something more than soup to keep me satisfied. Give me food, that's what I want.
So I'm here with Vaughn today, and we're making a 3-bean salad. So basically the ingredients we're using are some green beans. We just used frozen ones, and we just thawed them out. And then we have some garbanzo beans, just a 15-ounce can, and then great northern beans. You can also use whatever bean that you have on hand. So we're gonna start by chopping some green onion and celery.
Okay.
And we're just doing small little pieces, so you don't get like a huge chunk of onion.
So you have to try to keep it even out?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect, but try to make them the same size.
Okay.
So this dish, we're pairing it with our risotto. So this is a nice tangy dish. It's nice and light because the risotto is pretty heavy because it has like the cheese on it and it's the rice. So that is a heavier dish. So this would be kind of nice to pair with that. It's a really light dish.
Yeah, I love this salad. It's very easy to make.
Yeah, it is. And you probably would have most of these things on hand, like the beans, the spices. So you don't have to really buy many things if you have them already at your house.
And most of our clients will get it with the supplements, right?
Yes, yep. So the beans are included, any vegetable, so like the onions and the celery. The spices would not be included, but if you have them on hand, you can use them.
That will be great.
And then I'm gonna take this piece of celery and just chop it similar size to these little green onions. I'm just gonna start by chopping it in half, making sure my fingers are out of the way. Then I'm just gonna chop it in half again. And you wanna make sure your board isn't sliding around, so you could put like a wet paper towel under it, a wet cloth, so your board isn't slipping.
Yeah, that's a good trick to keep it stable.
Yeah, because it's really dangerous if it's sliding. All right. So those look pretty good. Yes. They're nice and small. So we're just gonna take our beans. If you want to add the celery and the onion.
Okay, I'm just gonna put it all together.
And this dish is actually better if you let it sit for a few hours because the vinegar will kind of like soak into the vegetables.
I see.
But we're gonna probably eat it right away. So we have some garbanzo beans or chickpeas. Just adding that in. And then if you want to start measuring out the vinegar.
We need a half of the cup.
And I'm just gonna transfer this to the larger bowl because we need more room. All right.
So here we have half of the cup of the vinegar.
Okay.
And then I need a fourth a cup of the olive oil. That's what we're using right now, but you can use other oil if you prefer.
And then I just have the rest of the beans are just northern beans. You can use whatever beans you want though.
And if you have kidney beans at home, you can use kidney beans. It just add more color, make the dish more colorful.
Yep. All right, so we're also gonna add a tablespoon of sugar, okay?
Okay.
Just to kind of balance out the acidity from the vinegar.
Can we use honey for it or other sweeteners?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, whatever you have on hand and want to use.
I see.
And then in this little bowl, we have cayenne pepper, onion powder, salt and pepper. Just gonna add that in. And mix it all up.
And there we go, right? We have the dish.
Yeah, so yeah, you can, if you use kidney beans, it would have the red color in the bowl, which would look really nice.
Yes.
So I think next time we would do it that way, so there's more color in the dish. But yeah, this works fine, and like I said, put it in the fridge for like 3 or more hours, and it will just develop a better flavor, like a stronger flavor. But yeah.
This is such a healthy dish, and you can just make it in a few, not a very short time.
Yeah, yep, quick and easy. All right, guys, thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching again.
The first time I met Morris, the door flew open and I got this larger-than-life personality talking at the top of his lungs. So I thought, we're definitely gonna be friends.
Oh, Dapper Leon?
Oh, no.
He's the highlight of my week.
I've known Mikhail and Jerome 6 months. You don't find many young people that want to be fooling around with us old folks.
I don't feel like I'm volunteering when I'm with Leon.
They'll call, Miss Barbara, do you feel like having us hang out a little while? That's their word, hang out.
Just had a magnetic energy. Oh, I totally forgot. Hold on, let me get this for you.
I was kind of hoping that we'd get what we did out of it. It's even better than I imagined.
I said, you guys have no idea how I feel about you.
I'll come to the door with one meal and I'll walk away with a full heart.
Drop off a warm meal and get more than you expect. Volunteer at americaletsdolunch.org.
America!
America!
America, let's do lunch.
Hi everyone, I am Helida Johnson, the Community Coordinator at the Framingham Waltham WIC program.
And I'm Ann Tierney, I'm the Senior Nutritionist.
We're here today to cook a new recipe. What is the recipe of the day, Ann?
Oh, today we're doing a spring risotto with vegetables, and we're using brown rice.
My favorite.
Yes.
Love risotto.
Yeah.
Love, love, love it.
So I am using the quick rice, so it cooks a lot faster.
Oh, okay.
And you can get it with your WIC benefits. You're not just
that's
stuck
good.
buying the regular rice. You can do minute rice and you can do the quick rice.
Yeah, I never knew you could use a different rice. Like
Yeah.
The risotto rice, it seems like there's so many little steps that you have to take to cook. So I'm curious to see how if this is different than.
Yeah.
Okay.
This one's pretty good.
All right.
So what I want you to do is I want you to start cutting the carrot.
Okay, how
we've
do you want
moved the cutting board over because we've changed roles.
Yes.
You've gone
I'm
from
the cutter today.
the non-cooker to the cooker.
Yep.
Okay. So we want to cut them into even slices.
Okay, small.
Yep.
So I'm gonna use my claw.
Yes.
My bare claw. Just tell me if it's smaller.
A little bit smaller. So you want to cut them into smaller pieces so it cooks evenly with the rest of the food. You know, spinach cooks pretty quickly. We're cooking with mushrooms and they cook pretty quickly.
Oh, okay.
And we're using frozen peas, so that'll cook pretty quickly as well. Can I give you a suggestion?
Sure.
Awesome.
Okay.
I would use a larger knife.
Oh, okay.
And what I would do, watch fingers, is I would go down the middle
Oh.
and then put it on the flat
Because
sides.
and then we would not have such big bites, right?
Yeah, because you want to cut it to
Ah, okay. Yeah, so that makes
quarters,
sense.
yeah.
So we could just make this smaller.
Yep, watch your fingers. And while Helida does that, I'm going to bring some of the broth to a boil.
Okay.
Okay.
So what do you know about risotto?
I know risotto is an Italian dish. And it's usually served as, you know, like an appetizer, like before the meal.
Oh, okay.
And I know it's usually made with a white rice. This one's made with a brown. So we're making it a little bit healthier. And we're adding tons of vegetables.
I know some risottos you can add some protein, like you know, you can add chicken or shrimp.
I don't know about you, but with this one, I think like a scallop or a shrimp would taste good.
That would be amazing.
But if you're not a seafood person, you could use chicken, you could use beans, tofu.
I think even sausage, like chicken sausage, would
that'd be good.
taste really good.
Okay. So I'm going to heat up about 14 ounces of a vegetable broth. And if you're using regular rice, you'd have to use a little bit more and a little bit more water.
Okay.
Carrots look good.
Yep.
And remember, one of the key things is to get them about the same size so they cook evenly.
Oh, really?
You're doing a good job. See those big guys? I just cut them in half.
Oh, okay. Mine they just don't look like the same size at all.
You're learning. This is a learning experience.
They're all over the place.
Okay.
All right, so I'll just cut the big guys a little bit more.
And while the broth is heating, we're also going to start to cut the onion and the garlic. We're going to put the carrot on first because that is what takes the longest to soften.
Okay.
So if you want to start to cut the onion.
Okay. Farmers market is coming up, right?
Yeah.
What do we do for farmers market?
So our farmers market is coming up in July. So if you're a WIC participant, you can come to the WIC office on July 14th. And you can get $20 per WIC participant to use at the farmers market, any local farmers markets.
So what does that mean? Like if we have a family with 4 participants, each of them get $20 to go to the farmers market over the summer?
Absolutely.
That's pretty nice.
And for anyone who's never been to a farmers market, I definitely suggest going.
It's awesome. It's so much fun. I really enjoy going.
So while Helida's cutting her onion, I'm going to very carefully reach around her and I'm going to put my carrots in. I'm going to saute them just a little bit because I just want them to soften. I've used 1 full carrot because I know Helida and I really like vegetables.
Oh, yeah.
But it's really up to you. You can use whatever vegetable you like and you can use whatever amount of vegetable you like.
I chose the vegetables today. Those are my favorite vegetables.
So,
Ann, remind me. So now, do I cut this way or...
What you want to do is you want to put the flat side down.
Okay.
That way it doesn't slip.
And go like
you
this?
You can cut into it. That could be a little bit dangerous. I would make my bear claw.
Okay.
Perfect. Can I reach over you really quick so I can grab the carrots? Thank you.
Yeah, so those are my favorite vegetables. I love peas. I love carrots.
Yeah.
Spinach, mushroom.
Yeah.
I'm glad you got some cheese.
I did. Well, that's part of the risotto. Makes it nice and creamy. Exactly. And again, you can use any vegetables. You could use frozen vegetables, just frozen vegetables. We chose to use some frozen peas, but if you wanted, you can get a frozen bag of mixed vegetables and just use that. So again, I'm going to let these soften. Our broth is starting to boil. I'm going to take the cover off for a little bit and turn it down until we're ready for it.
So do you want just small pieces?
You can use whatever size you like. Because we are going to cook it, it's going to soften down so it won't be as crunchy. But it's good to keep the sizes about the same size as the carrot. And you can season this with whatever you like. To keep with the traditional flavor, we're just using salt and pepper.
Okay.
I'm going to continue to stir the carrots so they soften and cook evenly. You can see the nice bright orange starting to lose a little bit of its color because it's cooking in the oil.
Oh, okay.
Another thing you can do with the carrots, if you don't have time to sit here and let it cook for too long, you can shred it right into the risotto. So you just make sure to turn your fingers in and just shred.
I think that's a good way to do it. So
absolutely.
You don't...
Yeah, and there are different, most people have some sort of shredder like this. The bigger side is the best for carrots. So you get nice long, thin slices. So if you see the carrots are starting to lose its color, so we're ready to add the onions in that Helida finished.
They're not perfect. They're not the same size like Ann likes.
They're beautiful. You have beautiful onions.
Oh, thank you. So what's next?
Last we're going to do garlic, and it's really up to you how much you want to use. If you're a real...
I like garlic. I like lots of garlic.
Me too. So I'd probably use 2 or 3. Okay. So you do lose some of the garlic when you use the garlic press, so you can mince it. I'm still a garlic press girl.
I would rather mince it.
We don't really need a lot of salt, so I'm just going to do a tiny pinch just to season it. But I do like pepper, so I'm going to put in a fairly decent amount of pepper.
Oh, it looks good already.
It does. You can see the onions are starting to get translucent as well.
And it smells really good.
It does smell good. And
it will smell better when you put the garlic in.
Yes. Okay. So I'm going to toss the rice in. Again, this is the minute rice.
Okay.
And I'm just going to toss it in, let it get coated with everything in there.
So this is whole grain minute rice,
This
right?
is. It's brown rice.
All right.
I'm going to stir it for a minute.
That looks like the way I make my rice.
Yeah?
Like, yeah. That's exactly how I make it. You know, oil. I put the onions. I do put the garlic before, but...
I'm going to add my peas in. My peas are frozen, and it's okay not to defrost them first because they're going to cook right into the meal.
What about the mushrooms?
Mushrooms can go last because mushrooms cook fairly quickly.
Oh, nice.
So while this cooks, you can start to slice the mushroom.
I'm going to make it a little bit smaller.
Now I heated up my vegetable broth just to kind of give it a head start.
Okay.
And then as soon as I get my garlic in, I'll throw the vegetable broth in as well.
It smells really good.
It does. So some of my leftover garlic that was left, I'm just going to slice it up to make sure that we don't waste any.
Oh, okay.
Because I like garlic. I'm going to throw in my warm...
So that's the broth, right?
Just going to put in a little bit.
Really good.
And that's going to start cooking my rice.
So that's the process, like you will be adding the liquid little by little?
I'm going to be adding the liquid little by little, let this cook a little bit. So I'm going to shred my cheese right into a cup.
Okay.
You can buy the already shredded, but I mean, really, what tastes better than a fresh?
Oh yeah,
fresh
I love
Parmesan?
it. Love, love, love it.
And if you don't have time to shred it, you can just crumble it into chunks.
Oh yeah, that's true because it will melt,
it's
right?
It's gonna melt, yeah.
Mushrooms are ready.
Nice. You can toss those in when you're ready.
Okay. All right. So I can put the mushrooms in.
Yeah. And we're going to use about 1/3 of a cup of Parmesan cheese.
This looks amazing. So let me help you a little bit.
I'm going to put this right in the broth.
So do we need more liquid here?
We will, yep. And I have water. So whatever we don't use there, we're just going to add some water. I can do that right now. All right, so I've melted the cheese, and I'm going to mix that right in.
Okay.
And we're just going to let this sit. I'll move it right over to this pot. And we're going to let it simmer for a few minutes.
So how long does it take? Like,
since it's the minute rice, it should cook pretty quickly.
And you can try, right? You can
absolutely, absolutely.
Oh, it
looks
looks
mix
really,
it up.
really good.
Yeah. And because we're using a lot of vegetables, we're using a broth instead of like a cream or a milk.
Okay.
We are bringing down the calories in it.
Oh, nice.
Yes. Nothing better than a nice healthy dish.
It looks very healthy.
Yes.
Lots of vegetables.
Absolutely.
Brown rice. And it looks really, really good. Can't wait to taste it.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it to a boil and then I'm going to turn it down to a low. And we'll be back when it's ready.
Those who survive now get only a fraction.
National Girl Scout line now how. If I get low, then I call Mojo. Got the latest project for the promo.
Hey, man.
How you doing, Mr. Rudy?
Step in.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. How you been?
I'm okay.
You gotta kiss the face.
Yeah. What kind of things that, had you learned, your work as postal service that kept you going?
You know what that takes to be a postman? You gotta love the people. Right. To me, Meals on Wheels is the most wonderful thing. You guys come in there and I see you and you talk to me for a few words and all that. I think that's great. That's the food of life.
For a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm a retired school psychologist, and helping people was my thing.
I was very independent and thought I could take care of myself. I fell, and I had to have Meals on Wheels.
After my stroke, when Meals on Wheels started, I was on the other end of the stick, so to speak.
Meals on Wheels, coming to my door as someone who's housebound, having someone check on me, assures me that I'm not forgotten.
Meals on Wheels has given me a mode of freedom that I wouldn't have otherwise.
We're the clients.
We are the clients.
We are the clients of Meals on Wheels.
America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
Hi, we're back. So while it was cooking, right near the end, we added a little bit more spinach and a little bit more garlic because it definitely needed just a tiny bit more garlic.
It needed a little adjustment.
A little adjustment. We added a little bit more cheese as well.
Yes.
But it came out really well, and we're really excited to try it.
Yeah, it looks wonderful, and it smells really, really good. This is a dish that you should try at home.
Absolutely. And again, you can make it any way you want. You can eat it as a main dish. If you want to add a protein to it, you could probably add a piece of fish on top or chicken on top.
Chicken,
or throw shrimp right into it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so for this recipe and much more, you can check us on Facebook. We're going to put your link over here so you can follow us. Right here.
Right here.
You can follow us and check our amazing recipes.
Thanks again. See you later.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. For this recipe and others, you can come to one of our cooking classes on Tuesday from 4 to 5 p.m. and Fridays from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. or like us on Facebook at facebook.com/framingham.waltham.wic. We encourage you and your families to participate in one of our cooking classes. Hope to see you soon.
Something more than soup to keep me satisfied. Give me food.
No more checks. Using WIC is easier than ever. WIC is a free nutrition program that helps working families stretch their food budget and make healthy choices. WIC helps families learn to shop for nutritious foods and provides recipes for healthy meals. There's even online nutrition education and an app to make shopping easier. WIC, good food, and a whole lot more. Call or visit us online to find out if you qualify.